Hello, welcome to December. Months are flying by. So here we are. So I'd like to remind you, all of us need the reminder that we're coming into the Christed season. And what I mean by that is not anything religious by it. What I mean is we're coming into this beautiful love season. And I absolutely love the way that this season goes. For me, it's not about gifts. It's not about, buying or giving or receiving or whatever. It's not about that. It's about the love quotient. So I want you to think about that. Where are you with your love quotient? Are you giving love out to people you meet? Are you kind? If there was a master teacher standing right next to you, observing you, would you be proud of the way you are in the world? Or are you that person that's driving like a maniac, tooting at everybody, having road rage? Hopefully not. My people wouldn't do that. Anyways, this is a time of just bringing so much love and joy to others, because in the midst of everything that's going outside our door, everything that's going on in the world, we can't change it. And I'm just saying, people always want to point a finger at this one's doing this or this one's not doing that. Who cares? Clean up your own backyard first. All right, where could you be more loving? Where could you be more loving to yourself? What could you do about that? Where are you at with that? Okay? And this is a time to really bring in the love of the Christed energy. I think if we could measure the energy at Christmas time or winter solstice time, we could really feel it going over the top, because people try to be more happy. I know I'm talking way ahead because it's just the beginning of the month, but they say, Spirit says, that this is the time of year that we can really make a difference. So let's try to do that right from the beginning of the month. Let's be in that place of, what would Jesus do? If you've got some horrendous problem that's going on with somebody else, what would Jesus do? What's the best way to handle this? How can you do something that brings peace to both you and the other person? We can't control anybody else, right? We know that. But we can control who we are and how we want to be seen in the world. I'm not perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. There are days that I get upset. But what I notice is what I call my recovery time is like this. Where before, I would carry on and carry on and carry on, and inside, rethinking. How many of you were like those wheels or like a squirrel? And you just keep going, thinking of the same things. He said, she said, how could they have done this to me? We don't want to be victims, because at some level we participate in all of it. I know you don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. And as we participate, we have to claim our part in it. So what I want to say to you is, let's start right. And let's be in a place of saying, okay, I'm going to give it my best shot. I have every reason to be good, to feel good in this Christed season. The light is pouring down from above, even though sometimes we can't see it. Okay? People have a lot of time off over the holiday season. People spend time with their family and friends. Well, that could go either way, right? Just kidding. But just to allow yourself to be peaceful during this time. We put up lights and different decorations because, you may think, oh, I have little kids and that's what we do because of Christmas. No. The real meaning of that is bringing the light in. We are bringing the light into our hearts and soul. So we are remembering that the light is always there for us. And as we put candles in our windows, or we turn up and crank the volume for lights being there. It's a time of let's bring the light back to the earth. Let's bring the light back to ourselves or our families. So important. So I'm going to challenge every one of you to see where could you stretch it a little bit more. The kindness, the love. Where could you do something in your life where perhaps you know an elder person that lives by themselves, and maybe you could go over and keep them company or bake them a fruit bread or something and go sit with them and just be witness to hear what they have to say. You know, the divine speaks to many that you may not even realize. You could be in the grocery store and some little old lady comes over and asks you to reach something for her, and then she starts talking to you about something. Pay attention. These divine messages are always around us. Just pay attention and know you are loved beyond belief, and pass it on. You know that from that old movie, Pay It Forward? Pay your energy and your love forward this holiday season and watch what comes back to you. I think you'll be very glad that you did. All right, enough of that. Where are we going? All right, because I told you last month I'm going to start doing rune stones for the beginning of the month. So this is the month of December. And we are looking at the collective. What is it going to bring to all of us in this month of December? Okay. And I'm going to read, you can see my book's very dilapidated. I've had this probably for 35 years. And Gerard made me these stones. I think I told you before. So the first one we're going to look up for a clue about where we're going. We have the joy card. The joy rune. How exciting is that? We're in the joy season. All right, I'm going to read you that. This rune is a This rune is a fruit-bearing branch. The term of travail is ended, and you have come to yourself in some regard. The shift that was due has occurred, and now you can freely receive these blessings, whether they be in material gain or in your emotional life or in a heightened sense of your own well-being. This is an alchemical moment in which understanding is transmuted from knowledge. The knowledge itself was a necessary but not sufficient condition. Now you can rejoice, having been carried across the gap by the will of heaven. Joyousness accompanies new energy blocked before now. Light pierces the clouds and touches the water, just as something loving emerges from the depths. There's the light again. The soul is illuminated from within. At the meeting place of heaven and earth, the meeting of the waters. There is a new clarity which may call for you to renounce existing plans, ambitions, or goals. It is proper and timely that you submit, for this is a rune of restoration of the self, properly aligned to the self. So, to me, what this is saying is the joy doesn't come immediately. It's like knowing as we make these shifts and we have to restore certain things in our life. When you've had anything for a long time, piece of equipment, a car, whatever, we have to restore things, right? And this is a time of restoration in order to have the joy on the other side of it. So again, to me, it's saying we have to be a little bit patient and know that the joy is coming. In the meantime, clean up. And I think I've told you, hold on, I gotta find this new one. All right. Well, Why can't I find this? Hold on. Oh, here it is. So this one was upside down. So we have a contrary meaning. This says initiation, but we have it inverted, so something's out of balance. It says this is something hidden, initiation, a secret matter, a counsel against expecting too much or expecting in an ordinary way, for the old way has come to an end. You simply cannot repeat the old and not suffer. Call in your scattered energies, concentrate on your own life at this moment, your own requirements for growth. More important, this counsels you not to focus on outcomes, nor to bind yourself with the memory of the past. In so doing, you rob yourself of a true present, which is the only time in which self-change can be realized. You may feel overwhelmed with exhaustion from meeting obstruction upon obstruction in your passage, yet you always have a choice. You can see all this as bad luck, or you can recognize it is an obstacle course, a challenge specific to the initiation you are undergoing. Then each setback, each humiliation becomes a test of character. When your inner being is shifting and reforming on a deep level, patience, constancy, and perseverance are called for. So stay centered, see the humor, and keep on keeping on. Remember, we're talking about the bigger picture. So again, yes, restoration. We got to go back and clean some stuff up. We have done so much damage to this earth as humans in many ways, in ways of moving forward and wanting to just be in a place of, progressiveness with different things that, technology and everything that causes horrible things for the earth and the people. And now we have to look back and see what's been created lifetime after lifetime so we can clean it up. All right. We have this one. And again, this isn't going the right way either. Normally it's growth, but we have it in a different way. Growth, rebirth, and this says events or more likely aspects of character interfere with the growth of new life. You may feel dismay at failing to take right action, but rather than dismay, what is called for is diligence. Examine what has occurred, your role in it, your needs, the needs of others. Are you placing your wants before the needs of others? Strip away until you can identify the obstacles to growth. Then, penetrating gently, imitate the wind. You may be required to fertilize the ground again, but through correct preparation, your growth is assured. So to me, this is saying that, we're going to get to where we want to be with the new earth. We've got a lot of change happening, a lot of things that we need to change. So what I want to say to you is, it's patience. We are making strides of moving forward, but it didn't take 20 years to get us here. It's going to take a while to get us out, but at the risk of sounding like doom and gloom with what I've already shared, what I want to say is that we are in this place now of recognizing the little changes, the little, all the garbage is coming up to be cleared out. So this is all good. All right. I only want to use 3 decks. I'm going to use the Lightworker Oracle by Alana Fairchild. For this first week, we're bringing it back to each of you. This first week of December, or this first Sunday, of December. Ooh, so the first one is the first ray of power. So I don't know if you know this, but there's many rays, and each ray that we've come in on, all of us are born in a certain color ray, and that ray means those are the issues we're dealing with. So This is the first ray of power. As I look at the picture, there's a beautiful being, tall, big, beautiful being standing over an angel. So I almost feel, and she's holding a ball of light, which to me feels like the earth. So I feel like there's a bigger energy giving energy to the angel. The angel then is able to tone it down and give it to us. So it says the first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. So listen to how many things are talking about the past and cleanup. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The Ascended Master El Moria brings his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters most to you. So sometimes we feel helpless, but this is saying, no, move forward. And again, they talk about the light, bringing the light to the earth. If you are confused about which path to take or whether to continue a certain relationship, course of action, or lifestyle choice, the first ray of power will clarify matters for you. When it moves through our lives, whatever is holding us back will be removed, either through circumstances seemingly beyond our own control or by your own actions based on a sudden inner knowing. When the first ray of power is indicated, a long-term plan that was once important to you may suddenly seem as though it needs to change or even be released or altogether. Or you may suddenly get the motivation to go for something you have been dreaming for a long time. And I have to stop for a moment because that's me. I'm about ready to make all kinds of changes with the business. And I've been wanting to for years and years and just haven't had the gumption, whatever, to move on it. And I feel like I've outgrown a lot of the things I'm doing. Don't worry, I'm not going to get rid of this. But it says once this ray affects your life, your understanding is what is helpful is not changing overnight. The changes will feel very true, feeling helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that remain in your life afterwards have survived the onslaught of divine will. Many people have been saying they've been cleaning out relationships, changing jobs, friendships they've had for years. And what is happening really is that you once were aligned with this husband or this friendship or this family member energetically. And if one of you keeps doing your personal growth work and keeps climbing the ladder and the other one does nothing, they're still where you were when you met them or vibed with them. And now there's this big gap between where you are now and where they are. And so that can be hard. All of a sudden, I know for me, it's been sad. So it can be a little sad to say goodbye to some of the relationships that you've had before. And it doesn't make somebody right or wrong, right? You just kept climbing the ladder to your spiritual growth. So sometimes we have to let go with ease. Sometimes you may find that, you can still go out and have lunch with this person, but you're not going to be talking about big, deep spiritual things. You'll be, how are the kids, this or that, right? And nobody's bad or wrong for it. You let go with love. And those relationships will be replaced with somebody's more aligned with you. The changes will feel very true, freeing, and helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that, I already said that, sorry. This means that the universe is confirming that they are meant to be part of the journey at this time. The first ray of power also relates to matters of leadership and politics. Be open as to how your spiritual journey might be helpful in the world of politics, whether that be through aligning yourself with a cause that resonates deeply in your heart, or through bringing a more open and discerning viewpoint into the often deceptive world of politics. Speaking your truth will be helpful at this time, not only for you, but those around you who are willing to hear your voice and make their own choices. Don't be afraid to be heard. If your life purpose involves either driving a meaningful political cause forward, if it does, God bless you, or being thrown down by the universe to take your hands off control in your life, detach and be curious. The universe will show you exactly what you need and remove what you do not. If something or someone is no longer a part of your life, it will be so that a more meaningful, truthful, and satisfying version of what you are surrendering can come into your world. Remember, the universe loves you and wants only the best and most beautiful life experience for you. Trust it enough to let this happen now. So I'm sure for all of us, there's places in our life where we need to make changes and grow. And I just realized, what did I do with these books? Hold on, I need to grab the books. All right. Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. Work Your Light. What does everybody need to know on this first Sunday and next up and coming week? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Wow, are we getting it or what? They're banging it upside the head. Look at this card. All fragments. At one point she was whole. Now she's all fragmented. What are these fragments about? What needs to change? So it's almost like pieces of the puzzle go out and we get new strong ones that just fit in. Because right now, as she's trying to please, for me, what this says is she's trying to act in a way that she always has. And this is saying, not going to work anymore. You got to make these changes. Align your life. All right. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, evolution, and growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of you have learned to be who the world wants you to be. Boy, ain't that the truth. But there comes a time when it is harder to hold on than to embrace who we truly are, to surrender to how we have changed and align life to the way of being. If you've pulled this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were or the things that once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now, to courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness or uniqueness. There it is, full authenticity. How many are fully in our authenticity? Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it's time to reassess and bring all parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are today. It says your inquiry is, what in your life is not aligned or needs to change? You might want to journal on that. You know, people have to hang on so badly. They're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings or whatever. So let it go. I'm hearing let it go. Here we are. Okay. Starseed Oracle for the group for the first Sunday in December and the week to follow. Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Interesting card. Looks like she's riding through the universe. Okay, as I look at this, she's out in the cosmos. To me, this is relief. That's where I go when I feel good. You know, I mean, when I don't feel good and I need to. That's like, oh, I'm just going to go out in the cosmos, take a deep breath, and then come back. When we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe, resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe too can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. Here we are again. Change, change, change. That's the big word for the week, up and coming week. So what I want to say to you is, sit. Really, don't be afraid to look at all areas of your life. See where you need to change. I know for me, there's business pieces getting ready to change with the new year. The body piece, I'm putting more effort into being conscious around the choices I'm making and realizing, a little late, I must say at my age, but at least realizing that there's change to be made. What change can you make? Have the courage. Do it!